2023 California Permit Test 1. The following questions are from real DMV written tests. These are some of the actual permit questions you will face in California. Each permit practice test question has 3 answer choices. Select one answer for each question. One. In which of the following scenarios should your wheels not be pointed straight ahead? When waiting to make a left turn at a traffic light. When parked on a hill or sloping driveway. When parked on the side of a level roadway where there is no curb. The answer is when parked on a hill or sloping driveway. While waiting to turn left, keep your wheels pointed straight ahead until it is safe to start your turn. If a vehicle hits you from behind, this will prevent you from veering into oncoming traffic. When parked facing either uphill or downhill, turn the wheels so the vehicle will not roll into traffic if the brakes fail. Two. When driving in fog, rain, or snow, use low beams, high beams, fog lights only. The answer is low beams. Low beam headlights should be used in fog, rain, and snow. The light from high beams will reflect back to the driver under these weather conditions, causing a glare that will make it difficult to see ahead. Three. When you see this sign, you are approaching a railroad crossing and should prepare to stop. Will always stop at the upcoming railroad crossing. Should stop and wait for a signal before crossing the railroad tracks. The answer is are approaching a railroad crossing and should prepare to stop. This sign indicates that you are approaching a railroad crossing. You must look, listen, slow down, and prepare to stop. Wait for any trains to pass before you proceed. Four. If a truck or bus is making a right turn where you also need to make a right turn, you should quickly turn before the truck or bus is able to. Wait until the truck or bus turns before you turn. Squeeze between the truck or bus and the curb. The answer is wait until the truck or bus turns before you turn. If you try to insert your vehicle between a turning truck or bus and a curb, you may suffer a serious crash. To avoid a collision, do not turn until the truck or bus has completed its turn. Five. You should increase the distance between your vehicle and the vehicle ahead when you are following a small passenger vehicle, are being tailgated by another driver, are driving more slowly than the posted speed limit. The answer is are being tailgated by another driver. When being tailgated, create extra space in front of your vehicle and do not brake suddenly. Slow down gradually or merge into another lane to prevent a collision with the tailgater. Six. When driving under snowy or icy conditions, it is safe to use your cruise control. Make speed and directional changes more gradually than you would otherwise. Drive as you would under normal conditions. The answer is make speed and directional changes more gradually than you would otherwise. When driving under snowy or icy conditions, you should make speed and directional changes gradually. Never use cruise control when driving on snow or ice, because your tires may lose contact with the road and you will lose control of your vehicle. Seven. A broken yellow centerline means that passing is not permitted. Passing on the right is permitted when the way ahead is clear. Passing on the left is permitted when the way ahead is clear. The answer is passing on the left is permitted when the way ahead is clear. A broken yellow centerline means that a driver may cross the centerline to pass another vehicle on the left. As long as there is no oncoming traffic, drivers should never cross a solid yellow centerline in order to pass. 8. Which of these statements is true about changing lanes? You only need to turn and look over your right shoulder for lane changes to the right or left. Look over your right shoulder for a right lane change and your left shoulder for a left lane change. Vehicles with 2 outside mirrors do not have blind spots. The answer is look over your right shoulder for a right lane change and your left shoulder for a left lane change. Before changing lanes, signal, look in all your mirrors. And look over your left or right shoulder to make sure the lane next to you is clear. Looking over your shoulder is a way to check your blind spot to be sure there is no vehicle, motorcycle, or bicycle traffic in the next lane. Nine. When being followed by a tailgater, which of the following will help you avoid being hit from behind? Merging into another lane, decreasing your following distance, changing lanes frequently. The answer is merging into another lane. When being closely followed by a tailgater, you should slow down gradually or merge into another lane to prevent a collision with them. 10. If you approach a traffic light with a red signal, and a police officer directs you to go through the intersection without stopping, you should stop until the light turns green. Go through the intersection without stopping. Come to a complete stop before proceeding. The answer is go through the intersection without stopping. Instructions given by police officers directing traffic always override posted traffic signals and signs. Follow the officer's instructions. 11. Which of the following factors affect an individual's absorption of alcohol? Weight, height, intelligence. The answer is weight. Factors affecting a person's absorption of alcohol include the person's weight, their biological sex, the amount of food in their digestive tract, and the number of alcoholic beverages they have consumed. The only thing to do to remove alcohol from a person's system is to wait. This white sign means you should slow down and move to the right lane. Stay in the right lane if you are driving more slowly than other traffic. Slower traffic must exit on the right. The answer is stay in the right lane if you are driving more slowly than other traffic. A white, rectangular sign indicates that you must obey important rules. This sign means that drivers should allow the left lane to remain open, when possible, for passing and for faster traffic. An orange and red triangular sign on a vehicle always means the vehicle has the right of way. Slow-moving vehicle. Shoulder work ahead. The answer is slow-moving vehicle. Slow-moving vehicles, such as farm tractors, road maintenance vehicles, and animal-drawn carts, display an orange and red triangle on the back. Fatigue increases the risk of missing an exit, being late for an appointment, falling asleep behind the wheel and crashing. The answer is falling asleep behind the wheel and crashing. Fatigue causes errors related to speed and distance, increases your risk of being in a crash, and causes you to take more time to make decisions. When you are fatigued, you could fall asleep behind the wheel and crash, injuring or killing yourself or others. This sign means cars on the right move first. You have the right of way. Let cross traffic pass before proceeding. The answer is let cross traffic pass before proceeding. When approaching this sign, you must yield the right of way. Slow down and let vehicles and pedestrians crossing your path pass before you proceed. If necessary, stop before going ahead. Which of the following blocks the smooth flow of traffic? Slowing down to look at collision scene. Avoiding unnecessary lane changes. Using public transportation instead of your vehicle. The answer is slowing down to look at collision scene. Rubbernecking, the practice of slowing down to look at collisions or other out-of-the-ordinary things, contributes to traffic congestion and should be avoided. (17) You want to make a right turn at an upcoming intersection. You should slow down and move toward the left side of your lane. Avoid driving in the bicycle lane. Signal for 100 feet before turning. The answer is signal for 100 feet before turning. When making a right turn, you should begin signaling about 100 feet before the turn. (18) When driving in work zones, you should increase your speed to get through the zone as quickly as possible. Reduce your speed and be prepared to stop suddenly. Maintain your normal speed the whole way through the zone. The answer is reduce your speed and be prepared to stop suddenly. When entering and driving through a work zone, slow down and be prepared to stop. Obey posted speed limits and be alert to conditions around you. Workers could be present. (19) When backing up, look through the rear window. Press hard on the gas pedal. Rely only on your rearview mirror. The answer is look through the rear window. When backing up, place your right arm on the back of the passenger seat and look directly through the rear window. Do not depend on your rear view or side mirrors, as mirrors do not show directly behind your vehicle. Only drive in reverse at a low speed. (20) You are approaching an intersection at the posted speed limit when the signal turns yellow. You should slow down and proceed through the intersection without caution. Speed up to cross the intersection before the light turns red. Stop before entering the intersection, if you can do so safely. The answer is stop before entering the intersection, if you can do so safely. A solid yellow light means caution, and signals that the light will soon turn red. You should stop at a solid yellow light if you can do so safely. Otherwise, you should cautiously cross the intersection. (21) A person may legally ride in the back of a pickup truck when the sides of the pickup bed are at least 24 inches high. The back of the pickup is covered with a camper shell, in a secured seat and while using an approved safety belt. The answer is in a secured seat and while using an approved safety belt. Do not allow a person to ride in the back of a pickup or other truck unless the vehicle is equipped with seats, and the person uses both the seat and a safety belt. (22) Which of these statements is true about drugs and driving? Any prescription drug is safe to use if you don't feel drowsy. Even over-the-counter drugs can impair your driving. Only illegal drugs can impair your driving. The answer is even over-the-counter drugs can impair your driving. Legal prescription and over-the-counter drugs can impair your ability to drive, including drugs taken for colds, hay fever, allergies, or to calm nerves or muscles. It is illegal to drive while under the influence of any drug that impairs your ability to drive safely. This law does not differentiate between illegal, prescription, or over-the-counter drugs. (23) When you are behind a motorcycle, you should be ready to use your horn. Drive more slowly. Allow a larger following distance. The answer is allow a larger following distance. When following a motorcyclist, allow for at least a 3 to 4 second following distance. Motorcycles can stop quickly and following them too closely endangers your life and that of the motorcyclist. If the motorcyclist should fall, you need extra distance to avoid the rider. The chances of a fall are greatest on wet and icy roads, gravel roads, and metal surfaces such as bridges, gratings, and streetcar or railroad tracks. (24) When driving at night on a dimly lit street, you should Drive slowly enough that you can stop within the area illuminated by your headlights. Turn on your high beam headlights to better see the vehicles ahead of you. Keep the instrument panel lights bright to be more visible to other drivers. The answer is drive slowly enough that you can stop within the area illuminated by your headlights. You should drive more slowly at night than during the day, because it is not possible to see as far ahead at night. You should make sure that you can stop within the area illuminated by your headlights. (25) This sign means pedestrians walking along the road ahead. Pedestrian crossing ahead. Pedestrians must not cross here. The answer is pedestrian crossing ahead. Warning signs are usually yellow with black markings. This sign alerts drivers to where pedestrians may be crossing. If a pedestrian is crossing in a crosswalk marked with this sign, drivers must stop and remain stopped until the pedestrian is no longer in the crosswalk. (26) You are approaching a green traffic light and traffic is blocking the intersection. What is the best thing to do? Partially enter the intersection to establish your right-of-way. Don't enter the intersection until you can get completely across. Continue into the intersection and wait for traffic to clear. The answer is don't enter the intersection until you can get completely across. Even if your light is green, you must not enter an intersection unless you can get completely through the intersection before the light turns red. If you block the intersection, you can be cited. (27) When being passed by another vehicle. Brake hard. Maintain a constant speed. Speed up. The answer is maintain a constant speed. When being passed, you must yield to the passing vehicle and not increase your speed. Allow the vehicle to safely merge back into your lane. (28) There are two traffic lanes moving in your direction. You are driving in the left lane and many vehicles are passing you on the right. If the driver behind you wishes to drive faster, you should stay in your lane so you don't impede the flow of traffic. Drive onto the left shoulder to let the other vehicles pass. Move into the right lane when it is safe. The answer is move into the right lane when it is safe. To drive quickly, pass, or turn left, use the left lane. Use the right lane when driving more slowly than surrounding traffic, entering the road, or turning right. (29) This sign means yield the right of way. No passing zone. Reduction in lanes. The answer is yield the right of way. A triangular red and white sign indicates that you must yield the right of way. (30) Yellow lines separate traffic lanes on one-way streets. Traffic moving in opposite directions on two-way roads. All carpool lanes from regular traffic lanes. The answer is traffic moving in opposite directions on two-way roads. Yellow lines mark the center of a road used for two-way traffic. A solid yellow centerline indicates that drivers may not cross the line to pass. A broken yellow centerline indicates that drivers may cross the line to pass, but only if passing would not interfere with traffic. (31) From top to bottom, the following is the proper order for traffic lights: red, yellow, green. Red, green, yellow. Green, red, yellow. The answer is red, yellow, green. Warning signs are usually yellow with black markings. They alert you to conditions that are immediately ahead. This sign warns drivers about the presence of traffic signals at an intersection ahead. (32) This sign means side road. Merge. Yield the right of way. The answer is side road. This sign indicates that there is an intersection with a side road ahead. 33. The driver ahead of you stops at a crosswalk. What should you do? Cautiously pass the vehicle at 10 miles per hour or slower. Stop, proceeding only when all the pedestrians have crossed. Change lanes, look carefully, and pass the stopped vehicle. The answer is stop, proceeding only when all the pedestrians have crossed. You must not pass a vehicle that is stopped at a crosswalk. There may be pedestrians crossing the street that you cannot see. Instead, stop, proceeding only after all pedestrians have crossed. 34. If you are about to be hit from the rear, you should not release your seat belt. Brace yourself. Press your head against the head restraint. The answer is release your seat belt. If your vehicle is hit from the rear while you are in forward motion, your body will be thrown backward. Brace yourself by pressing against the back of your seat and putting your head against the head restraint to prevent whiplash. Maintain a firm grip on the steering wheel and be ready to apply your brakes to avoid being pushed into another vehicle. 35. Drivers must use their seat belt unless they are driving a vehicle built before 1978. Unless they are driving a limousine. And failure to do so will result in a traffic ticket. The answer is and failure to do so will result in a traffic ticket. Drivers must always wear seatbelts and may be cited for failure to do so. 36. If you park facing uphill on a street with a curb, set the parking brake in. Turn the front wheels toward the curb. Turn the front wheels away from the curb. Leave the front wheels straight. The answer is turn the front wheel away from the curb. When parking uphill on a road that has a curb, your wheels should be turned away from the curb. When parking uphill on a street without a curb or when parking downhill, your wheels should be turned toward the curb or edge of the road. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more practice videos. Thank you.